Hi fans of high quality entertainment, it's time to rank and review another band. This time, Creedence Clearwater Revival. When I was a young kid, of course, the first band I loved was the Beatles, and they are my all-time favorite band. But I think, I liked other bands, the Rolling Stones, the Doors, and all that. But I think the next band that I became a pretty big fan of was Creedence Clearwater Revival, even though I didn't end up buying all of their albums at the time. I loved Bio Country and Cosmo's Factory. Bio Country I actually think I got at the same time or pretty close in time to when I got Abbey Road. So it's a good memory. So I will be ranking and reviewing their debut album, Creedence Clearwater Revival, right now. Green River, Willie and the Poor Boys. I don't have these in order. Bio Country, Cosmo's Factory, Pendulum, and Mardi Gras. That's right. I have the Mardi Gras CD. In fact, I just saw it this week, and all of a sudden, I can't find it anywhere. My CDs are a bit of a mess, but for the most part, they're still organized. But I have CDs, some in my bedroom, some over here and over there, and I can't find the CD. So hopefully I find it. I'll still be doing the review. I'll order it again if I can't find it, because I like, when I do these ranking and reviews, I usually like to own at least most of the albums, if not all of them. And I own Mardi Gras, I just can't find it. Their debut album, simply called Creedence Clearwater Revival, came out in 1968. Of course, they had been making music for quite a few years, and they were formerly known as the Gollywogs. And there's actually one of the songs on here, Porterville, I believe it is, was actually the last song that they recorded as the Gollywogs, but they put it on this album, of course. So John Fogerty, one of the greatest artists of all time in rock and roll music, I feel. Great songwriter, very, very underrated guitarist, and I also feel he's a very underrated singer. I mean, I'm pretty sure most people love his vocals, but you never really hear people talking about him as being one of the greatest rock singers, and he is. And, the only thing that's sad about bands like this and Grand Funk Railroad is band members. It's kind of similar to Grand Funk Railroad with Mark Farner being the main guy. Not to put down, like Don Brewer. Brewer had great vocals and he did write some songs, and Mel Shocker, awesome bassist. But Mark Farner was the main guy for Grand Funk Railroad, and of course he split with the rest of the band. And the same thing sadly happened with John Fogerty and Creedence Clearwater Revival. But John Fogerty was kind of CCR. Not to put down Stu Cook, awesome bassist, and Doug Clifford on drums. They were a great rhythm team. And of course Tom Fogerty, John's brother, who was in the band for most of the span of Creedence Clearwater Revival. So let's get on to this album. Like I said, even though I was a big CCR fan, I only owned a couple of albums because I didn't have the money to buy every album that came out. So it took me quite a few years to finally hear this whole album. And honestly, except for like Susie Q and I Put a Spell on You, the rest of it kind of just, I had no interest in. I'd play it, and not that I didn't like it, it's just, I found it a bit boring maybe. But doing this series, I have played this many, many times, and I've gotten to actually know the album. And it is an excellent debut album. It's not as good as the following albums are going to be, but for a debut album, it was pretty strong. The weakest thing about it, I feel, is the production isn't as strong as the upcoming albums were. And the songwriting by John Fogerty is good, but his songwriting got even better. My three favorite songs would be, even though I love all the songs now, but I would have to say I Put a Spell on You, Porterville, and Walk on the Water, which was one of the rare co-writes with his brother Tom Fogerty. And I believe that was, yeah, and that song was also first recorded by the Gollywogs, and it was called Walking on the Water. I've never heard that version, but I have heard some Gollywogs songs, and they were pretty good, but certainly not CCR. So yeah, I Put a Spell on You right away. The debut album, John Fogerty's vocals are killer. The Working Man is a catchy tune. It reminds me of Penthouse Pauper from the next album, Bio Country, but just not as strong of a song. Susie Q is awesome, great cover version of that, and they jam in the middle of it or at the end of it. 99 and a Half, another cover version that is excellent, great vocals. Get Down Woman is good, but like I said, CCR got better on the upcoming albums, but very strong vocals by John. Porterville, once again, killer vocals by John Fogerty. Gloomy is kind of a psychedelic. It changes during the song, the tempo and everything. It's pretty cool. Kind of psychedelic, like I said. And the album really ends strongly with Walk on the Water, another great vocal performance by John Fogerty. So overall, this is a pretty dang good debut album. And when I first started this series, I had played this in the past, and I was thinking, I'm going to give this probably like a B-. But no, I'm not. I'm going to give this a B+, and it is #1 in my rankings, at least at the moment, or until I find Mardi Gras. That's a joke. So yeah, I'd love your thoughts on their debut album in the comments section below. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.